today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. So I'm on my way to work. Today's going to be an awesome day today. Just awesome. I'm on my way to work. I really need to add some air in that other tire. I think I'm going to do it when I get to the other spot. I'm going to look at it first and make sure. Hold on, y'all. Guess what I bought? I bought a camera stand. If it can work, this thing ain't even working. It's supposed to be like a cup holder thingamajig. That's better. Okay, I don't understand why everybody's speeding past me in a one lane. Where's 911? Look, where's 911 when you need them? Y'all, it is starting to get cold out here. So finally, the pool guy is coming tomorrow. He got to shut my pool down. He got to winterize it really, really quick before the frost hit him. Because if you don't winterize your pool, those pipes can burst because you got water in them. And I've been using my main drain to basically circulate my pool because my skimmers was jacked up. But next time I'm really hoping and praying like I gotta get them skimmers together because when your skimmers aren't working, you gotta you gotta basically scoop out all of that debris, and that's a lot of work. It totally feels like fall. Let me turn this down. Y'all, for the last day or so, I've been really trying to like revamp and get back on track with things because I'm just trying to figure out like what avenues I need to take to better myself and just overall. And one of the things that I'm really getting irritated with is looking at the crap that's on the news. Like, a lot of people, all they do is report on gloom and doom. And I'm just like, I don't feel like hearing this thing. I don't feel like seeing this today. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I'm going to cast my cares to God before the Lord. I'm not going to sit up here and be dealing with this mess. So I just been like trying to stay away from negative stuff. I don't care if it's about war. I don't care if it's about um I've just been trying to stay away from the negative talk. But I have to talk about this one before I let it go. So yesterday, this guy goes to a college and there's like some women in front of him, like some young ladies that are in front of him. And he asked them, "What's a woman?" And their answer was somebody who identifies. And the other lady said, "You have to ask the press about that." And I realized, how dumb can you be? And y'all getting degrees? How dumb can you get? And it's not even being ignorant, it's just going along with the narrative because these young ladies are old enough to know. Like, they got to be like in their 20s. I mean, if you're in college, you're about 86, girl. So there's been I'm always going to know that I'm never going to not I'm never going to not think for a moment that you're not a male or you're not think for a moment that you're not a male or you're not a female. I'm never going to to suppress thing. So yeah, and it was like a Q&A or Q&R, whatever you want to call it. And he asked the two college students, what is a woman? And these were two clearly women. And they were like they were like a woman is somebody who identifies. And I'm like, then the other one was like, you need to ask the press that. I'm like, and y'all, wait a minute. Y'all going in debt for like 80, 70, 80,000, $100,000, and you know nothing. You need to go back to the basics, okay? To the basics. But is this what school is teaching them? So is this with the higher education? If that's the case, there's no point of going to college, because I got news for you. AI is going to take over. You better read a book. You better get a trade. You better come up with something. You and your family better pitch in together. You better stay married so you can increase that income and travel. Don't go in any debt. But by all means, college education these days are like trash. Anytime when you ask a woman what a woman is and she can't even tell you the definition of it, I'm done. I'm done. And I don't know why. Okay, you asked me, what is a woman? A woman is an older female. That's what a woman is. The name woman came from Adam. When God created Adam, he gave him the responsibility of naming all of the animals and the creatures of the earth. Okay? And God said it is not good for man to be alone. Told him, go ahead and find you somebody. Adam couldn't find anything that was suitable for him. So God put Adam into a deep sleep. Okay? And he took out his rib and formed a female. And Adam named her woman. The name came from a man who named the weaker vessel that came out of his body. Daggone it. And I be telling myself, Mona, relax. And I'm just like, so a man can't possibly be a woman because he's the base of what a woman is. A woman came out of a man. Who's stronger? A man. A woman came out of a man. Her birth was out of a man. And he named her. Who named her? Who named her? Who named her, boys and girls? Adam. And what did he say? I always get this part a little twisted. Is it flesh of my flesh or bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh? I shall call her woman. Daggone it. That's why I'm like, you know what? I got to start doing videos and start going ham on people, because I just don't understand how you call yourself intellectual, smart people, and you don't even know your very own existence. That's why I don't go along. I never went along with any of that. Oh, that's a man or that's a woman. I never went along with that. You know why? Because if I have to go along with saying that he is a she, then I am denying my very own existence. And y'all that had your Starbucks coffees with your yoga pants, you went along with that trend. Oh, he's just so funny. Accept him for who he is. It's a she, until he started beating the crap out of your daughters when it came to pageants and sports. Now you're like, our safe spaces are not safe anymore. You think? You think? So, what's a woman?
I'm going to teach y'all what a woman is. I mean, this has been around for thousands of years. I don't think that the world is a million years old. I think the world is more like maybe around 10,000 years old. But hey, scientists be like, no, 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 we're billions of years. Okay, whatever. But let's go back. Woman was always woman, and now all of a sudden the America want to redefine and change the name so it can suit all suitors. No, 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 baby. Remember back in the day when everybody's like, I'm a diva. And especially, I had a gay man ask me this question because, and that's somebody in that lifestyle, sleeping with the same sex. But I had him ask me this question because he was telling me that he represent different houses. And I said, I think I heard of that. Is that like when y'all do competitions against another house? He was like, how did you know? Oh, I knew because my nephew that went on, that died, and he died because he got AIDS from another man in that lifestyle, in that gay lifestyle. Well, him and his friends used to compete or whatever like that. And so that's how I knew about the little house parties and all that other type stuff. But I remember back in the day, in my 20s, I used to ask gay men, do you think you were born this way or it's by choice? And they always say by choice, by choice. Honey, it's by choice. They will always say that. Even my nephew would be like, Auntie, I know it's wrong. I just want to do me, and then later on down the line, I want to settle down and have a wife and some children. He admitted this. Remember, we used to smoke. Okay, remember I was a part of the smoke ass. So a lot of people that I hung out with were lesbians and gay folks. You know what I'm saying? I was up in the club, okay? And I was, and got biggest depot up in it. And I'm like, you into women or men? Men. And I'm like, dang, I found out what the down low was. And then I really found out, like, oh my gosh, it's a lot of men that sleep with men and they sleep with women. That's what I was coming into terms with in my 20s. But this new crap that y'all got going on here, and that was bad then, but this is bad now. Because now you got a certain sex that's trying to take over another sex title. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Captain. So the gay man asked me this question. He said, so a cis is this and I'm thinking to myself like, I ain't no damn cis, but I'm listening. So how do you feel about that? And I told him, I said, you want me to be very honest with you without you getting in your feelings? I'm a woman and I ain't sharing that title with nobody. I ain't sharing it with you, your brother, your uncle, your father, your best boyfriend. I'm not sharing it with them. Sorry. You need to take that matter up with God. He created me woman. He created me a female. Okay? I was a female newborn, female infant. Okay? Then I was a little girl. That's a female. Then a teenager. A young lady. Then as I got older, I'm called a woman. Y'all can kick rocks because I'm not sharing it with you. Okay? I'm not. Now I see Always and Tampax sitting up here catering to people that's trying to butt plug themselves. And I'm like, really? Really? And they want you to believe that you are alive. No. I don't even have to say nothing to my daughter. Like when I remember one time, I don't know how this subject came up, and she said, I ain't even had to say nothing. I'm like, but you already know. You already know, but it's the influence of people that be like, you really you look better as a boy, Why don't you take a couple of hormone pills and we can just call you a male? Y'all stupid as hell out here. Stupid. And I don't give a damn what government, what entity, what place of business. I am always going to know that man in a dress. I'm going to always know that's a woman that cut off her daggone breast. Girl, bye. I'm always going to know that. Always. You cannot change my mind on this. I ain't stupid. I know what I am. I know how God created me. You live your life the way you want to live it. You mix up the drink and you drink it, but I'm not drinking that, honey. I'm not drinking it. So yes, I am a woman. I am a weaker vessel of a man. I was I was born female. The sperm that carried my a part of my DNA to my mama's egg, my mother, not birth person, not cunt. First of all, y'all used to call us cunts. But then you got real bold. And I saw some of them men with them wigs and lashes on talking about, y'all think y'all know everything. Don't get mad because your man trying to holler at me, boo. Okay, whatever. You're always going to be a man in a wig. Lady boy, my behind. You're called a boy, a man. Okay? That's one of wearing women garments. Well, I identify as a man. You can identify as a freaking cat. I don't care. And I remember Candace saying, Candace was like, I just would like to get to know you as a good person. It doesn't matter what you are. That's cool, but I'm going to be very honest. I would never disrespect you. I would never treat you the wrong way. But the God I believe in, honey, if you don't repent of your sins, you're going to burn in hell. That's what's going to happen to you. But that's my belief. I'm not going to go around here pointing the finger at you saying you're going to die a horrible damn death. Excuse my mouth. I'm not going to go around here saying you're going to go to hell. I'm not going to do all of that. I got to pick up my cross, okay? And for y'all to know my walk, I have not been intimate or even been with a man since my husband put me away, because if I date somebody, if I marry somebody, that's called adultery. Okay, I got to pick up my cross, so boo, you got to pick up yours too. And if you choose not to, then that's what you choose. But you don't come in my face and tell me that I'm a birthing person. You don't come in my face and tell me that we're not going to say mom and dad. We're not going to celebrate Mother's Day anymore. We're not going to say, you see what I'm saying? Because you can't invite the devil in your house and think his behind. Is this where I need to go? I think this is where I need to go. You can't think that his behind is going to stay in a corner. Can you invite me in your house? I'm just going to stay in this corner right here. No, honey. The devil would try to take over. Next thing you know, you saw that little spot that had black mold, and you like, well, the devil said he just gonna stay right there, and you come in your house and the whole place got mold and on fire. What did you expect? There's going to be friction when you try to believe something that is going against the truth. So now you got men trying to go in places, in restrooms, and compete against your daughters, beating the brakes out of them, dusting them, lifting weights, because they know I'm a man, girl, bye. And you know what? For all of you stupid women that decide to compete in these sports, thinking I can beat a man, girl, my money riding on the man with the heels, because he gonna beat the brakes out of you. He's stronger than you. No woman is stronger than a male. And I don't care if they had a sport where, okay, y'all ever seen The Incredibles? And remember the little boy on the Incredibles at the end, he was running and he was dusting his teammates, and the family was like, oh, no, like slow down. And he had to kind of like slow down so it wouldn't be as obvious that the man had superpowers. There has been, they would say, well, this man, which they call a transgender, she actually competed against a woman, and she lost. You think that somebody didn't tell him, look, I need you to lose this round? If I was like the devil, if I was doing some cunning stuff, and I had a man dressed up as a woman to identify just so we can get this paper, I would be like, look, I need you to get knocked out a couple of times. Okay? And then I want you to give them a work, give them a round, let them win a couple of times. And then that's when you're going to start knocking chicks out and we're going to get this money. You, that's why I don't go. That's why men need to compete against men. Women needs to compete against women, period. Period. And if you taking something extra, then honey, you just can't be in the game. Because I know if my daughter was in sports and I looked over and y'all got this dude up in here, oh, my daughter's not going to be in that. Get her another division. I saw dudes dusting women. I'm talking about, what is that? Jog racing, marathon, or I don't even call it marathon, but when they're actually running, this guy, they didn't know what it was. They was like, it's a woman. No, it's not a woman. I'm like, is it or isn't it? It looked like a dude. It talked like a dude. And the way he dusted them women in the background was huffing and puffing. And he was just like, yeah, give me my medal and give me my bread. I'm like, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy to be competing against these dudes. Again, by law, I respect everybody, okay? Like, no, I gotta be very honest. Pedophiles and freakos that be messing with children, I despise your behinds, and you need to be locked up. Okay? Respect that, okay? I'm not gonna comprehend evil. And anyone who identifies themselves as me, I'm like, nah, I'm not with it. If a man comes in and be like, my name is Sarah and I'm trying to do AB, okay, all right, Sarah, you can have a seat. Okay, you can call whatever you want, and I'm gonna be like, but you can never change my mind. You can never control my thoughts. You can't. I'm always gonna know that's a daggone man. Like, who we think you fooling? Anywho, like, you see what I'm saying? Those are my real thoughts. You can't control that. The government can say, we're going to do this, and okay, we got to go and abide by these daggone rules and these regulations. Well, I don't have to do everything that the government is telling me to do. Because if it's going against my belief, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. But don't come in. So he asked me, so he said, so yeah, when then we got this and we got that and we got that. And I remember asking him a question, so how do you know whether or not, how can they tell whether or not it's a male or a female? We got somebody that we call the mother that goes in the back and they have to check. Oh, so that's what y'all do. Y'all check to see if they're authentic or not. To see if they're male or female. That's what you're doing. If it's a woman or a man. So what do you call yourself? So how do you feel about that? Oh, do you really want me to tell you the truth without you being offended? I'm a woman, and I ain't sharing it with none of y'all unless you a woman, unless you a born woman. You can say, well, hey, you can go get you a moissanite all you want to, honey, but it ain't the real thing. It ain't a diamond. All right. There's a difference. You can chop and make it all up and everything, but DNA don't change, baby. You can shave down your skull. You can tape your neck, but you will always be a man. All right. So, for the longest time, I didn't say too much because I'm just like, I'm a whatever. But it's just like, dag. So now we got to the point that our youth are really that stupid and dumb. You don't even understand that the enemy is trying to erase your identity. The enemy wants you to denounce who you are so you can denounce God, especially you Christians. You identify whoever you want to identify with. I don't care. But don't call me no birthing human. Don't call me no cunt. Don't call me no cis woman. Don't call me no biological. No, I am a woman. I'm not sharing that title with none of you. Share this video. I ain't sharing it with none of you heifers. No, I'm sorry. Heifers is usually female. But I ain't sharing it with none of you dudes. And go tell that to the hills. I don't care. You need to take it up with God. He created you male. He created me female. I don't care how many times you done shaved your head ball, how many hormone pills you done took. I don't care you up in the gym lifting. Don't be too close. I don't care if you up in the gym lifting. I don't care. I'm going to always know. Always. Trust and believe me, we all do. We always know that's a man. That's a female. I would much rather, I look, as much as I loved my nephew and he was in that lifestyle, dating guys and whatever, I would tell him, you know, this is not of God. And one day we're going to be held accountable. He went to funerals when my brother died. But who am I to sit up here as his aunt and not tell the daggone truth? I told all my friends the truth too. And some chose the lifestyle that they chose. Okay, that's the lifestyle you choose. But I'm choosing this narrow road. And this narrow road, it ain't easy. And yes, it gets hard. But one thing for sure is that what I'm not going to give up is I'm not going to give up God for you and your feelings. So you want to know the truth? You'll always be a male. You'll always be a man. You can put lady on the front of it all you want to, but the word woman belongs to females. Born females. Get over it. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all expect for a truth and y'all expect for what's the word in y'all relationships? When you expect for somebody to respect this relationship and not go out of the relationship. You expect for society to respect your relationship so you can thrive in your relationship. But none of y'all willing to tell the truth between the daggone sexes, male and female. When I tell you the attack on marriage and between a husband and a wife has been on a, oh, I really hope, I hope I ain't getting no, I hope I'm going a little bit too fast. It's been on Mount High. And I'm offended that y'all be coming around here claiming you a woman and you not. I'm offended. When is somebody going to step up to my aid, okay? And I'm starting to see these dudes in high heels and dresses knocking chicks out. Talking about she hurt my feelings with that big fist of yours. Again, women, I need you to understand this, females. Men are stronger than women. They're built to be stronger than women, okay? I know you heard about the horse. In the Bible, the way that God built this horse, horses in the time of battle, they're not afraid. The Bible even says they laugh in the time of battle. That's why when back in the day when they used to be fighting with horses and horses don't give a dang on. They be like, where you want me to go? Because God built them that way. God built man a certain way and he built woman a certain way. Okay. He built males and females totally different. Okay. They're opposite. You can't put on some makeup and then just be like, I'm a woman. No, you're not. The devil is a liar and the truth ain't in him. And you need to stop playing cards with him. I ain't sharing it. Y'all sit up here. Remember back in the day, the diva? You really want to know? I'm not sharing woman with you, or you. Now, how you like that? How you like that? You had this crazy nut driving around with it. That's talking about, look at my uterus, you guys. He driving around with it. Some I don't know what idiot decided to give up her uterus and got this dude parading it around in a jar talking about, this is my uterus. This is mine. And I'm like, you know what? If y'all don't stop this nonsense, you're going to really need to hide your children and hide your daughters, because these mad scientists will go at great lengths to take your uterus out and literally try to put it into a man's body. That's how disgusting they are. I am not for it. I'm not with it. You can waltz around here with a wig and drag all you want to. That's your freedom. And I'm going to be looking like, interesting. But I'm going to always know this. You are nothing but a man in a dress. That's it. Remember Tu Wong Fu back in the day? You're just a little boy in a dress. You are a man in a dress. Okay? You came out of a woman like me. She had a vagina like me. Okay? And she carried you 9 months like I did. Same thing for you, boo-boo, that want to walk around here like you got muscles and stuff. I don't see now one female who identifies as male competing in any football games. You know why? Because you're going to get dusted and broke up. I don't see any female claiming I don't know what you want to call it, a trans man. I don't know what you want to call it. A female who identifies as a male, I don't see them saying I need to go to a male jail. Girl, bye. Your hind parts will be tore up from the floor up. Them dudes find out you got a JJ down there, a vagina down there. They will manhandle you so viciously, you gonna know exactly what the hell you are. I hate when they change it yellow like that. Maybe I could have ran the light. I just don't feel like getting no tickets. I'm sorry, y'all, for being so bold and blunt. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not. You know why? Because we are on the point of no return. Somebody got to speak facts. Aunt Mona in the building got to speak facts. I'm not sorry. I ain't sharing woman with none of y'all. And then you got men up here. I don't even want to go with some of these men saying. All I know is this. I know a man when I see one. I know a man when I see one. And let me tell you something. The Bible says, be not deceived. Okay? Because Satan can transform himself into an angel of light. You think he not going to put on some heels and some lashes and beat his face? You think he not going to do that? Y'all got y'all sons and y'all daughters around here don't even know who they are. That's I'm trying to tell you. The devil been busy like hell collecting some souls to go straight to hell. And they be like, oh, you don't want to be. Somebody got to warn you. Listen to all the near-death experience about them folks going to hell. Y'all don't even be believing that hell is real. You ain't got no friends. They just coaching you to be the worst. And that lifestyle, what I was shown in my dream about that lifestyle, especially men, is that 1 out of 2 of them will contract AIDS. That lifestyle itself, they don't talk about, the CDC didn't tell you about what's going on with the rectum cancers that they're finding. They didn't tell y'all all of that. Even the daggone doctors was trying to go. I remember years ago they were trying to go before the higher court and was just like, it's unnatural to even have sex in the rectum. And the judge was like, boom, boom, order in the court. I ain't want to hear that. Because majority of them nasty as hell. Anyway, let me tell you something. It's either 2 things you're going to be in this world. You either going to be good or evil. You get what I'm saying? You're going to be good or bad. You don't need me to teach you that. Some of y'all have already, the Lord said, I'll give them over to their flesh. So some of y'all have already made your bed, and it's not my job to persuade you otherwise. You know if you right. I know when I was sinning in this world, when I was fornicating, I knew when I was wrong. You ain't have to tell me. I ain't need you to tell me. In my spirit, I knew I was wrong, having sex and this ain't my husband. You know what I mean? That I wasn't married. You know what I mean? Like, I I knew I was wrong because I felt it. I felt the guilt. And then when you get that too far gone, when you just basically ignore the guilt, then baby, that's between you and God. But when it comes to the word woman, when it comes to the name, the title woman, that is a older female. And I'm surprised. No, I'm not even surprised. Cause y'all just, it makes me, you know what? Kudos to all of y'all that know the facts. You don't have to ask your professor or some professional person to come up with the terms. You know what the hell a male is, and you know what a man. You know what a male is, a man is. You know what a female is, a woman is. You know the difference. Because if you don't know the fundamentals of that, honey, you don't even know your very own existence. The Bible says it is rather for you to be born a stillborn than to not know God. Like y'all out here really faking, and we are living in the times right now. Y'all think y'all gonna live forever. And especially those, I'm still young, baby. You know how many folks been dying young out here? You can be young and daggone dumb. I couldn't believe these, and we can't tell you what a woman is. You can't, but y'all both are. Wait a minute. What's frightening is, let me tell you something. Y'all better get it together. Because the way that this country is going, and what you have been inviting through the back door and your policies and stuff, it's like America has become the new Babylon. And I'm trying to tell you, you keep playing with God. Because see, sometimes when people get so daggone spoiled, they have no idea what life is through hardship because they didn't go through it. Everybody else fought for it, but they didn't go through it. You know, I was listening to Daniel this morning. You know, my daughter, we be having the Jesus cartoons playing in the background. And it was talking about the king that saw the writing on the wall. And before then, his father was the one who had the dream that he could not understand. And Daniel was able to pray and ask God what the dream meant. But this king was so crazy. And I wouldn't say he was so crazy, but he was like, I need somebody to explain to me what my dream is. And they were like, okay. He had some scholars, and they was like, tell us what the dream. He was like, if you that smart, I need you to tell me what the dream is. And they was like, what? We at least need you to tell us what the dream is. And he was like, no, I need you to tell me what the dream is. And then tell me what it meant. And they was like, nobody can do such a thing like that. And so he was basically going to have everybody killed. All the high priests and the so-called prophets and stuff like that killed because nobody could translate his dream. And so Daniel, being a righteous prophet, then him and his boys, Meshach, and Abednego, they got to praying, and the dream was revealed to Daniel, and Daniel went and told the king exactly what the dream meant, you know. But after this, he realized, man, your God is the real God, and he decreed, like, this God is the real God, like, he knows everything. But his son, so defiant, decided he was going to have a party and drink from the goblets that were supposed to be holy in God's temple. So he decided he was going to throw a party and do him until they saw this big hand write something on the wall in which he couldn't even understand what it meant. And he asked all his scholars, his boys, to translate this. I'll give you a gold chain, a purple cloak, all of this. And nobody could translate it. So I say this because his mother brought up Daniel and how Daniel used to be able to translate things, and he was very, very smart. He was a prophet. They brought no attention. He didn't pay that any attention to what his father went through. And I know his father told him about Daniel. You got up in age and you forgot about that. See, when your children get up in age and they start forgetting who they are, and they start taking on this lawlessness, and when you sit up here and you start self-destructing yourself with the lack of knowledge, with the drugging, with being promiscuous everywhere you go, having sex with every daggone thing, you're destroying your body. And the horrible part about it is, I remember when I was in school, the teachers taught you that you were male or female. They also taught you too that when one person has sex, they taught you about unprotected sex. They also taught you that if you have sex with somebody unprotected, or even if you had sex with somebody and that person had sex with like a million people, you just a million and number one, a million and one. Your the number count, all of that stuff, and you had unprotected sex, all of them diseases that got passed back now that's in your body. The CDC is not telling you about what's going on with these diseases that's being given to our children at a very young age, 13, 12. I saw a commercial where the boy was saying, I'm in love with this girl. The boy had to only be like maybe 12, 13 years old, and the guy sitting in the tub going to show him a condom and be like, use one of these. Not give her some flowers, not some chocolates, or write a nice note. He going to basically tell him to cut to the chase and use a condom. Don't tell me that the society is not turning into some sick stuff. So at least I can honestly say Mona spoke the truth. Mona said the truth. And a lot of people, I overheard my friend's daughter, because one time me and her was talking on the phone, and I overheard her friend's daughter say, Ma, you can't say that because they can cancel you. Cancel you from what? Cancel you from what? If God be for me, who can be against me? Anyway, y'all, it's time for me to get to work. Y'all, I'm gonna run up in here real quick and grab my energy drink and give y'all a call right back. Well, not give y'all a call. I'll speak to y'all later. But y'all have a blessed day and know who you are. Know that you are a woman, and can't nobody try to say otherwise, especially if you born female and you grown. You grown enough to know, okay? We grown women on that. Y'all have a blessed day.